let's see what's so strong in Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner's marriage. So we have loss of burdens, of course, is the first card that just popped up. Is the fact that there was lots of burdens. It was a lot to deal with. It has become quite unbearable to deal with some stuff that has happened from the distance, or dealing with a certain amount of fame, a certain amount of stuff, feeling like you're slowly outgrowing the person, feeling like you're not familiar or knowing who is this person to you anymore. Lots of illusions, lots of choices, feeling like it also low-key feels like there is something here that has to do with feeling sexually confused, as in like you don't know, like you want to explore your sexuality, like you want to navigate through it, but also not knowing where your heart lays now, because you're having way too many choices and you're still too young to, kind of solely focus on one thing now. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if there was more than one person in the marriage. I don't want to just say cheating, but if there was like strings attached, and if there was more than one person involved in there, this was once a happy family, happy marriage. But there's also that feeling of I just want to be independent and just want to do my thing, and then your partner just being not supportive of this, not supporting you the same way that you were supporting them. So when you started realizing that, everything just started to crash down, and you started feeling like it was just, maybe this was just like a rash decision, like something that is reckless, something that you kind of just jumped into without weighing down the pros and cons. Interesting. Lots of fights broke through, lots of arguments, lots of petty stuff. Just like, I need to keep my distance, I need some time alone, I need to just, do my own thing. At the same time, there was a lot of stubbornness in here, lots of, like going back and forth, lots of talkative energy, and then saying lots of stuff that both of them have regretted saying. Then, after shit hit the fan, basically, one of them just stopped seeing the long term in this, and started revising and revisiting their decision in staying in this marriage. Like, they really need to deal with somebody who is very, I don't want to say sexist, but that's what I heard, who is very much all about just his business and his image and just his own self, and not caring about me the same way I used to care about him. Yep. Both of them are just very unhappy right now. They're not happy about the way things kind of ended and are heading towards. They're not liking how things ended and how everything is being displayed right now. He's being stubborn, he's being petty. She was, feeling very insecure. He's been calling her selfish because she wants to tend to her own needs. There's a lot of mess and confusion. People literally just got hit with the news and like, we didn't see that one coming. Like, what has happened? And there is also the fact that I'm hearing that he wants to paint her in a bad light and just wants to paint her under a certain light. So, she can be kind of like, she can be misleading, and she can be under some type of certain image and control. And there's a lot of pettiness here. There are definitely other people who are involved in this. Like, no matter how I spin it, it just shows up again. Lots of pettiness. There is definitely something that has happened. I believe that he's touring now. That Joe Jonas is on tour. There's definitely something here that has happened. Some words were exchanged between him and some other person who isn't his wife. And she was seeing the red flags. Something has happened too. Both of them are watching one another. They're watching how this is unfolding, and they're keeping their silence. They're trying to communicate through other people if they're not talking. But he's still wearing his wedding ring, but just to kind of like keep it more on the low and just keep it, like hushed and everything. There is lots of anger and bitterness in here, lots of tension, family, like being split apart, feeling like everything is not working out and not working into the direction that you want. Also feel like money is going to be, like split up and needs to be split up in order for things to go in the same, like under control and go into this one certain aspect. There's definitely that feeling of just heavy sadness, also wanting to heal, but at the same time it's like I've got enough of the bullshit. I'm tired of just going through this and this and this again, so let's just call it quits. Somebody's feeling left out in the cold, just as here goes the court. So I'm tired of this emotional and mental abuse. So I'm tired of just having to stand up for myself. So I'm going to put out boundaries in here, regardless of however like the fuck you're feeling or whatever. I'm going to put up those boundaries, and I'm going to stand up for myself and say no. And you're not going to violate those boundaries. But there's also lots of sneakiness in here and feeling like now I have to just sit down and see how people are going to tarnish me, or like not stand up for me. But I do feel like there is going to be that I usually feel like I have to go back just one more time, or just like maybe hear him out, or like maybe hear her out. But at the same time, like lots of feelings are being repressed in here, and not like the full truth isn't going to come out now, because they're trying to keep it on the low and keep everything hushed. For once something's going to happen that's going to wrongly rub one of them, then it's going to get messy and messier. So let's see. This is just like some stuff that has led to the downfall of the marriage. Miscommunication was also one of those. I feel like there is also that feeling of mistrust, because why the hell do you have a camera on her ring, like in her ring or something? Let's actually get the article so we can just see. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, but let's see. What's going down in Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner's marriage? In travel, I feel like also him touring and just lots of travels and clashing schedules. I feel like in here, like she puts her dreams on hold in order, for her to follow him around and chase him around. Lots of self-esteem issues, lots of insecurities were within the marriage. Like you're the black sheep in here. It's also stemming from him. Stemming from him to feel like he wasn't looked at the same way his other brother is looked at, or whatever. Toxic relationship. Oh. It was toxic. It has gone to the points where they were just violently just like hurting one another, and just like you're obsessed with work. Why aren't you making more time for me? Just being indecisive, not knowing whether you should walk away or just keep trying, or just like give it another shot, and just like just come on baby, let's work it out one more time, let's try again and everything. But then finally having to stand up for yourself and just like no, I have to do this to myself and for myself. Okay, let's see. The truth. Ain't that the truth? The truth about something. What was it? There is some unfaithfulness in here. Party. Yeah, I definitely got the energy of some excessive partying habits, or like drinking habits. That's also played a little part in here too. Some choices that were made that definitely pushed the relationship into the wrong wagon, basically. Choices about also like focusing on this woman or focusing on the woman I have, running around following the money. Let's see. Red flags, secret meetings, with an ex-lover, or with people from the past, or just like other people that are not your partner. Yeah, moving too fast. They definitely did move. Third party relationship. So cheating was in the equation. They definitely did move a little bit too fast, like in the beginning. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually were into threesomes, because there's also hookups too. As I said, there was also the energies of like bisexuality too. And just like feeling like I have to make a decision. Let's see one more card. They're mirroring one another right now and just being petty and just feel like maybe they might make up or just call it quits. They're either going to make up or keep calling it quits and just take it to the court. But there's definitely always something that is going to keep lingering back, or just like keep holding them back together for a little while until they're just going to have enough of those cycles and circles and just say fuck it basically, and just move forward and be receptive of new love or just healing energy. But definitely this was I feel like as the relationship has neared its end or whatever, it hasn't it wasn't becoming the best relationship, and it definitely started to hit it definitely started to kind of like, I'd say, go down the wrong route. Let's see. Let's see. How was Joe Jonas towards his wife, Sophie Turner, like in the marriage? How was he towards her? What I'm hearing is, at first he pampered her, spoiled her, it's my baby, it's my wife and everything. But there was definitely some toxic, he was a little bit messy. There was definitely some toxic cycles that he made her go through. He was very messy. At times he would be, confusing her. At times on purpose, and sometimes he's just a confusing person. He would, like to be very much in control and very like dominating. At times he would leave her high and dry. And at times he would make her feel like she's the queen of his world. And at other times he would just like push her away and just, act an asshole towards her, and then come back apologizing and bringing flowers and, spoiling her and everything, and just literally like mess with her head. And they would just go through it and go at it, and then come back, and he would just kind of like rein her in, and just, kind of like win her over again, and just, petting her basically, and just kind of like calming her down, and him just looking at her in a certain type of way. And then, he'd be like, let's go here, let's travel here, let's do extravagant shit and whatever. Let's party. And then he would be passionate towards her. And then he would, like, as I said, be very, connected to her and spill lies at times, just like manipulate the truth. And just at times he would literally like spoil her, be passionate, show her that, he cares and everything. But once at times they'd be frustrated with one another, there is that passive aggressive energy again. But let's see, how does he feel towards her? How does Joe Jonas feel towards Sophie Turner? He's very angry and frustrated as her right now. He does not have her best interest at heart right now. He definitely does see her as someone who is He definitely sees her as someone who is bitchy right now, or who like keeps bitching about something. Um, he does see her as, like her becoming at times like extra paranoid because of certain behaviors he'd show. Yeah, he's very hurt also by, like lots of words that have been exchanged between them. He's hoping that the secrets will like be kept at bay and like not everybody would know about their business. He's definitely watching her. He definitely still has love for her, but there's lots of heart to break here and sadness too, and lots of anger and frustration. Like he does have love for her, yes. He watches her, he reminisces about the times that they spent together, but at the same time he's willing to move forward and work and heal and try to just like start anew, even though he's going to be haunted and just like anxious and deal with certain stuff for a certain while. But I mean, if he wasn't like really the best perfect husband, then you definitely have to miss out on those chances, because why would you just be like that? What I'm hearing is he definitely was a better boyfriend than just a husband. I think that's sad, to be honest. Let's see, how was Sophie Turner? But also, it takes two people to make a relationship and connection and a marriage and that work. If it was built on just weaker foundations, then it was just standing on wobbly feet, then definitely it's not going to stand tall and strong and proud and strong for way too long. Let's see, how was Sophie Turner towards Joe Jonas and their marriage? Oh, she definitely isn't, that's innocent too. But at the same time, like, she hurts him. He definitely broke her heart at times. He didn't really messed with her head. But she was loving towards him. I'm not trying to make her sound, like she was the best wife and the best thing ever. She was hurtful towards him too. Like, at times when he would be petty, she wouldn't miss a chance to just, like, be petty back too. She, beneath that sweet persona that she has, she's a very blunt woman. And he was a very controlling man. He was a very type of like an assertive type of asshole, basically. She would hold her ground though. Like, she would definitely stand her ground. But she would still, like, be behind him, like, that's my man, I'm gonna back him up. But she's still not over this. There is some stuff that he made her feel or made her do that definitely of course made them richer and whatever, but definitely fucked with her head. There is that regretful energy. She wasn't expecting this to, like, happen. She was really, like, viewing long term with him. But at the same time, he was confusing her and she was confused. And he was the one who filed the divorce. So this definitely made her feel like, was this all a lie? She's definitely in her head right now and just feeling insecure. But she's still going to, stay optimistic and feel like, if I still keep watching, like, I still treat this as normally as I could, like, as cool, as collected as I should be, then maybe there is a chance. She's being naive right now. Let's see. I feel like she was kind of like way too optimistic and gave him way too much control over her. And she was definitely like the one who tried to kind of like make the relationship work on both parts equally. But there's definitely something that has happened between them in the past that they couldn't move forward from, or no matter how they said they, like, they moved forward from and everything. It's not the truth. But of course, she still has love for him. It just so happens that this is an unfortunate thing that they have to go through because it was going downhill and it wasn't the best thing. It has become way too toxic. So it had to end. And it was only fair, as I said, and only just for it to end because it's tiring. It's an endless cycle that they've been going through. I don't want to say for as long as they've been married, but definitely this marriage definitely kind of like triggered them both. And instead of just thinking that they're going to stay in this honeymoon phase, the switch has been flipped, and now he's walking away from her. She's feeling left behind and left over, and she's angry and frustrated too. And yeah, she's very angry. She feels like she's being kind of like a reluctant child. She's still stuck there. She's still not willing to move forward, even though she knows that it's ending. But she's still going to stand firm there because she was enjoying the fact that she was married. There's lots of, I don't want to say like insecurities or like unrequited, like love wasn't the only thing. Like it wasn't just the only thing. It wasn't enough. And there goes like him cheating or her cheating. Him cheating because she wasn't happy. I don't want to say that she wasn't I don't want to say that she wasn't, like very satisfied in their sexual life. But at times, like she wanted to explore. She was wild. She wanted this and this and that. And I feel like this has also, if a person isn't taken down right, then it happens. There were more than, like two women in the picture, more than her. Well, I mean, what do you expect? You marry a singer, somebody who is in the industry. Do you expect them to be loyal? Nobody is loyal within the industry. Like no man can be that loyal anyway. Let's see, how does Sophie Turner feel about Joe Jonas? She's very confused. She doesn't know how to feel about him. She knows that she should be moving forward because, yeah, he hasn't shown her the right amount of love recently. And he hasn't been, giving her proper rights, showing her how things should be between them and everything. But she's feeling exhausted and feeling burnt out. She's still hoping that, maybe it could be fixed. But she knows that he's manipulative or too cold and too detached. Since he is the one who filed for this divorce, she knows that the intentions aren't right. So she knows that she has to move forward, but she's still stuck. She's still stuck on everything that has occurred between them. She's not going to be able to move forward for a little while for now. But eventually, she learned it the hard way. Like really the hard way. She's going to see really how nasty he could get if this doesn't go the way that he would want. And he's definitely going to shake up the world and shake her world too. But after that, she's going to, get stronger and be wiser and finally start to move forward. It's going to be and feel like it's a fucking rebirth phase for her. And when she's gonna be like that, let's see, how will he react to her moving forward? He would not like it. He won't like it when she starts moving forward. He will feel like, no, she still is not over me. She doesn't have to be over me. Like, she doesn't need to be over me. It's like he wants to be able to move forward and he wants her to stay stuck on him. But, when she's going to pick herself up and everything, it's going to really make him very angry because, no, that's not something that I wanted her to do. He would just act like very ignorant. So, yeah. That is what is going on with Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner for now, until further notice, because if some information are to be displayed, then definitely going to get messier. And if not, then it can end in that way. But I definitely feel like more is going to come out, like other missing info and missing bits and missing pieces are going to come out in order for this whole thing to unfold, in order for everybody to know. Some truths are going to be shocking to some, and others are going to be like, I expected that, I knew that something wasn't, right about this. So let's wait and see what will happen and what will be popping up for those two.